Growl's great in Standard. You can find my preferred Growl deck on my website, and actually, assuming no one cuts in any decks today, we are going to play my preferred Growl Monsters build later today. Looks like it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th, 6th deck in the queue that we're going to play today. Alright, so Esper Reanimator. So this is basically a control deck with some Doom Whispers and Primal Tide and Chromium at the top end. And then it's looking to leverage the card Final Parting to search your library for 2 cards, put 1 in your hand and 1 in the graveyard. And I'm not really sure if this is worth doing what it's doing. So, like, we're spending 5 mana to ditch one of these and then get another 5 mana card. So, like, we're basically spending 10 mana over turns 5, 6 instead of just casting a 7-drop on turn 7. So, while I could see an Esper control deck with more threats and, like, Connive and Doom Whisperer and Eldest Reborn being okay, I'm not certain that, like, playing Final Parting is worthwhile. Like, when you see Reanimator strategies in other formats, like, in order for the Reanimation strategy to be worthwhile, the things you're putting into play need to be bigger and scarier and cost more mana than you're reanimating. And, like, when you're spending 5 mana to reanimate something that costs 7 anyways, it's like, is this really worthwhile? We're going first. Sure. I mean, they don't need to be, like, busted legacy reanimation spells to be playable, though. Like, Unburial Rites is a great example of, like, what standard legal reanimation can look like that's reasonable. Yeah, if you want an up-close picture with better lighting than I have in my basement here, there's a picture on Twitter. The beard is a purplish pink. What's going on, Atan? Thanks for the 5 months. Welcome back. Yeah, that's true too. Better enablers could be something worth exploring. What's going on, Gagra? Good morning. How long will the color last? I'm told it usually goes about 4 weeks before it becomes faded. This isn't temporary dye. I went to a salon and had them do it up right. Yeah, of course the card frame is pink. We don't half do things around here in Hoaglandia, chat. Why no pink shirt? I actually don't own a pink shirt. Have you not watched Arena before, Yildrin? Yeah, I'm completely unsurprised that someone was able to 5-0 with something similar to KCI. KCI was never the problem in Modern. KCI is a symptom. It was never the root cause. And anyone who thought KCI was the root cause of Modern's problems, I think doesn't fundamentally understand what's going on in the format. Extra march here doesn't really matter.
Let's hold that thought.
We'll have creatures down soon enough to be blocking. It's like they'll hit Teferi for 3 here. We'll tick him up to 3 again next turn, play Doom Whisper as a blocker. Or I'll just Cleansing Nova. That sounds great. They have Conclave Tribunal here. Deal.
We will meet again.
Alright, so now do I just get Teferi back? Is that crazy? I'm just gonna get Teferi back. To elaborate briefly on what's going on in the format, I'm sure you've done it a couple of times, but I'm new to the game and only hear about how degenerate the format is if I never see an explanation. So, in Magic, the term degenerate refers to combo decks and decks that are basically just like hoping their opponents never play cards that impact their cards. So Modern is a format where the majority of the decks that see play in the format are decks that are just hoping to ignore the opponent. No, I don't think you can really print new cards to fix what's going on in Modern. But the other side of that coin is like, do we really need to fix Modern? Like, there's a bunch of people that like Modern just being this degenerate linear race. So like, you know, if you don't like playing a degenerate linear mess of a format, like, play something else. Play Standard. There's nothing wrong with enjoying Modern for what it is right now.
Let's skip to the good part.
And like, this is a great example of why this card's probably rancid, right? Like, I have this card, and it just, like, isn't doing anything. I'd much rather just, like, cast my things rather than do this. I hope the new set starts at Ixalan. I hope it starts with this format we have right now. You say Esper is the premier control deck in Standard. That's what the results seem to indicate. Although I'm not really a fan of Esper in general. They baited you into playing Esper control by playing mediocre cards. Maybe. I mean, like, my big problem with Esper control as far as, like, things go and reasons I don't like it is the fact that Esper control doesn't have any closing power. And, like, the cards that got added to this Esper deck are cards that add closing power to it. I think I want both of those, actually. Just resubbed and I've never used my anniversary message, so it's giving me a streak option instead. What's going on now? So they actually updated how the Twitch subbing works, so the streak option is new. That hasn't been there before. This is the first time that's been there. So thanks for the 10 months. Welcome back. I appreciate it. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Meta Magic Missile. Thanks for sending your Twitch Prime this way again. I appreciate it. Alright, well, we're really looking for another Cleansing Nova. Do I have a second copy of those? There are 3 Cleansing Nova in this deck. God bless. So, Search is going to flip this turn. So I can activate this and still cast Cleansing Nova. Sure. Like, this is a good example of a game that, like, why are we still playing Magic? Like, this game was over a hot second ago, but we're still here taking turns. My opponent decides they want to slug it out. So, like, if you, the most important thing you could recognize against control decks in Magic is that control decks have won the game. Perfect, good. Opponent gets it. It does get it. Control decks win the game long before they ever reduce your health total to 0. It's just like one of the most important things you can understand about this format. So don't waste time just sitting there being frustrated when the game has like been over for a while. There are 3 copies of History Battalion in my sideboard. How many white sources does this deck play? 14. That's probably a mistake. Cry of the Connive seems fine. Craig used with the brand new Prime support. Thanks for shipping your Beza bucks this way this month. I appreciate that. There's a lot of great people you can support here on Twitch with those every month. Thanks for sending them this way. Do I want Disdainful Strokes here? They have Conclave Tribunal and Elephant, and they have March of the Multitudes. Disdainful Strokes probably not unreasonable. Eldest Reborn seems pretty bad. Final Parting. I'm just going to cut this card. Oh, Sean with the Prime Support. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me around here. Am I going to Pon Pon? I don't actually know what that is. That's like the dance thing he does, right? I should probably have looked that up. Contempt doesn't seem amazing either. These other cards seem great though. Three lands that hurt me. My opponent mulliganed. Let's give it a try. Yeah, I feel like if we want to build Reanimator, the 5-mana like that first game was just such a good example of why the 5-mana card's just a do-nothing card. Just like spending 10 mana to set up your tutor is like pretty mediocre. Like set up your reanimate creature. I think playing cards like Discovery to put cards in the bin, or cards like Chemister's Insight to jumpstart your things into the bin seems reasonable. And like Connive Concoct is actually like a pretty sweet card to have, just because it is live even when you're not looking to reanimate stuff with it. Same thing with Eldest Reborn, right? Like that's a card that like you can play and has text even when you don't have a fatty. Not having a second Black Source feels a little bit bad when I've got Double Cry in my deck right now. We played a Jund Super Friends deck pretty recently. That felt okay. If you're interested in the deck list that we were playing, you can find that on your screen via the Stream Decker widget. You can also type !deck in chat to get a direct link to the deck list. Hey, Derelic, thanks for the 4 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Cleansing Nova, gearing up to Hidden Mode maybe here. I'm gonna go ahead and opt to start. Nah, I'm just gonna play the Hallowed Fountain. I don't really want to shock and then play Notion Rain. Dealing 4 to myself this turn seems inoptimal. Happy Sunday, Kunu. Notion Rain. Do 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 do. Notion Rain. I think I'm gonna keep the untapped land that doesn't hurt me. I'm going to 14 here. And I'm gonna take a hit next turn for at least 3. So I think I want an untapped land that doesn't hurt me to play the Cleansing Nova. Yeah, this is like a heroic reinforcement. Reinforcements is gonna deal a lot. This is like plus 6 or 7 here. I'm going to 1. No. Or 3, sorry. Alright, Moment of Craving's a great draw here for sure. I do not think the 1/1 for 1 that puts random cards in your graveyard is good. No. I think that's a good example of a low quality card that makes your deck worse for playing it. One of the traps people fall into. I actually like a lot of how this deck is built, other than the 5-mana tutor, because this deck has avoided playing a bunch of really bad magic cards, basically. Just looking for a way to generate card advantage at this point. In a pretty good spot otherwise. Need a creature of some sort, perhaps. I'm gonna pump the brakes on that for a second. Well, Notion Rain... It's worth noting that because Notion Rain surveils, it does actually... Because Notion Rain surveils, it does put things into the graveyard for us, which is relevant. We missed, chat. That's not how dead on board works. Dead on board means the next turn, so we're dead in 2 turns, but dead on board means we have nothing to do, and like we had a draw step, so it's not that when people say dead on board, it means the next turn and you don't have any time to do anything. Yeah, Legion's Landing is very, very powerful. Agreed. Adanto First Fort is the flipped variation there. Alright, this hand is fine on the play. Sabotage also fine on the play. Definitely be too slow on the draw. See if they have a 2-drop on 2 here. No 2-drop on 2 makes this hand quite good. Just find a couple of spells here. Scarab God Wilderness Reclamation. Yep. That's not. I'm just letting you know, land grab, that's not how that vernacular is generally used in Magic the Gathering. You don't say dead on board dead on board doesn't imply dead over 2 turns. Like, that's why we explain it as we're dead in 2 turns and need to draw something here, but we have a draw step in the middle there. So saying dead on board in that situation is not being descriptive. It's describing a situation that we're not currently in. So dead on board means the next turn we are dead. Just to the cards that they have in play. You know what? I should probably play the untapped land here. Yeah, this was a mistake. I should have played the untapped land so I can end step, sabotage a... What's it called for 2 and then still have up a counter spell or a Mortify. Yeah, that was a mistake on my part. Definitely should have played the Drowned Catacomb here instead of the Watery Grave. Determine, is there a phrase for deterministically dead? We weren't deterministically dead. That's not what deterministic means, land grab. Again, like, words have meanings, right? And like deterministic isn't even Magic jargon. Like, that's just English. Like, in order to be deterministically dead, we need to have no draws in the middle. So dead over 2 turns is what you're looking to say, and I'm not sure why you're just like not willing to say that. I mean, dead in 2 is the correct vernacular.
We need to move quickly.
Do you have any outs on that draw? Yeah, we have a bunch of sweepers in our deck. Plenty of outs. 2-turn clock is another great way to say it. Yeah. Lebo, thanks for the 4-month resub and the tier 2 at that. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I'll definitely bump a deck of my choice. Thanks for chipping in. I'm gonna go ahead and mortify the legacy here. So my Teferi lives.
Stop that now.
Here's a great tip for people that are confused. If you have to explain what you said a bunch past what you said, it probably means you weren't articulate and specific anywhere near enough with what you originally said. Especially if myself and multiple other people in chat are asking you to clarify. So be constructive and specific. Please follow the stream rules. I'm sure some of you are right, but the fact that you have to sit here and like bicker and argue about being right means that like you weren't constructive and specific the first time. You didn't explain yourself to a point where people can just understand what you mean. Morning, Mike.
No more games.
Just my turn. Can we just play the Primal Tide? If they have another X spell here, we're gonna be in trouble. What's going on, Fargo? Thanks for the quarter of a year. Welcome back. I appreciate you keeping me around. Admiral Rosebot, thanks for the 16 months. Wow, do they have... Oh, they're just adultering. Okay. Those tweets clarify the WotC meeting. What's not clear from those messages? Woot. What clarification are you looking for? Wizards, people at Wizards of the Coast don't like when I tweet things like, I'm disappointed with this change that Arena made that I don't think is good. Tweets like that mean they don't want to partner with me. No, they said that as long as I was sending messages like that, they didn't want to work with me. And I thanked them for taking their time to talk to me, and I bid them good day. I said, thanks. I said, well, I'm not interested in not providing the feedback that I provide because that's why people pay me. So, I'm not interested in changing what I do to get less support from the community so I can have support from you. Although, maybe I shouldn't be clear with you, because as Cedric Phillips and Herbal Hurts and folks like that made it clear, apparently it's all supposed to be Cloak and Dagger, not supposed to share anything with folks. Which is wild. It's funny. People acted like, because, like, you know, because they were Wizards of the Coast, they're supposed to be different from another sponsor. Like, I've turned down other sponsors in the past. Like, sponsors have been like, we want you to do these things or promote these products, and like, I've tried their products, and their products aren't good, or I didn't like the terms of what they wanted me to do, and I was like, well, no, that's fine. I'm just, like, not going to work with you. Thanks, Cyhaze. Yeah, the hair turned out really well. I'm glad I went and got it professionally done, for sure. Turned out good.
We need to move quickly.
I mean, you see that type of, you're not supposed to talk about these things present everywhere, right? Like, that's very common in corporate America. Like, they encourage people, like, not to talk about their salaries with their coworkers, so that way people who are getting underpaid don't know they're getting underpaid, right? Yeah, a lot of places don't enforce it because it's not illegal, but it is considered taboo in a lot of places to not talk about salaries. I don't even really want this card at this point, right? Are we just, like, sitting tight until we ult the Teferi? Is that, like, the plan here? I think that might be the plan. Just, like, hang tight till we ult the Teferi. There is a Grixis Dragons deck on my website that features Nicol Bolas. Do I just burn the Syncopate here? They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have to Syncopate for X's. I think I just Syncopate for X. No, I have Moment of Craving. Let's just let this happen.
The pace.
So, like, next turn, they have to pressure the Teferi. Am I just supposed to Cleansing Nova here? No, if I Nova, they make a token and pressure Teferi anyways. That's going on, Risky Bug. Thanks for the 14 months. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. So I assume we're going to see them pressure Teferi this turn with their tokens. 25 cards in my deck. I kind of need, like, another threat here. Well, I could Nova plus Blink this. This comes back tapped, though, right? Yeah, it comes back tapped. Which hero deck we've liked the most? We played a Bant version that felt really good. Interesting they didn't just throw this away, too. To get an extra point in on Teferi here. Looking for a threat. Yep.
Hold that thought.
Alright, with a couple of removal spells and like Chromium here as well. Am I just supposed to start pressuring them? Yeah, actually, I'm just gonna start killing them, I think. Yeah, I think we've been solidly ahead for a little bit here. I mean, having creatures to actually close games out feels good. Yeah, I could have, but that leaves me less options in my hand. Like, I have so many good spells in my hand right now that, like, Azcanting and, like, leaving less mana up doesn't feel good, especially when I want to play Chromium out this turn. They didn't make a vampire before transforming the other one, probably because they missed it, chat. Or they have a march that they want to hold up here. One of the two. They either missed it or they have a march that they want to hold up. I think I'm actually casting Connive here and, like, taking their 2/2. This is like an extra blocker. Yoink. Chromium and Lyra do kind of different things. Chromium's very good in control mirrors, whereas Lyra is much better against aggressive decks. So Chromium and his ability to protect himself makes him better in these matches where you're expecting your opponent to have a lot of removal spells. List of Legacy decks you won't play on stream. Like Legacy Enchantress? Yeah, probably not. Decks... I think I'm only taking Legacy decks moving forward that have Brainstorm or Chalice of the Void in them. Or can kill on turn 1. Those are going to be my requirements. Kill on turn 1, have Brainstorm, have Chalice of the Void.
What? I'm not done yet.
The knight, like, did the truffle shuffle there, just like slid back and forth. Oh, Solidarity's High Tide? Yeah, not playing that one. That deck's real bad. Alright, so... yeah, with the gas downs, it's probably free to attack with the knight. The actual answer is it doesn't matter because all roads were leaving to Rome. Final Parting's not a playable Magic card. It's really slow, it's really clunky. I think I'd much rather just have, like, more ways to, like, get things into the bin. I think just, like, play more Reanimate spells rather than trying to be super cute and get things there. I'm gonna trim these copies of Opt. How many lands are in this deck? You have 24 lands. So rather than play cards like Opt and Notion Rain, let's play Discovery as a way to end up getting things into our bin on occasion. And let's play Chemister's Insight to be able to ditch things from our hand into the bin. Does not seem unreasonable. I wonder if Thought Erasure is reasonable. Thought Erasure could maybe be okay. Okay, I just want another Doom Whisperer. Doomy boy, just like have threats that let us do stuff. There's only 2 Teferi in this deck too. Let's just put some more good cards in the deck. Honestly, another Eldest Reborn as a reanimate spell is probably not terrible either. So when I have deck submissions and I'm like making small edits to them, I try to leave the core of the deck there. So like an Esper deck that's like flooping threats into play is like the core of what we're doing here, but we do cut out some of the cuter things that end up on occasion. Oh, you know what? There's History of Banalias in the board that probably shouldn't be there. I agree. Thought Erasure is probably always reasonable. How do you determine if a tutor is good versus bad? Well, generally speaking, they don't print good tutors anymore. Just from a generic is this good bad standpoint, pretty much all the tutors they print today are bad. Tutors that cost 5 mana are really expensive, and basically the thing you have to be asking yourself is the thing I'm finding with this powerful enough to make up for the awkward amounts of mana that it costs? And generally that's not going to be the case. The percentage next to my name is a percentage of players that you are outside of the top whatever. I think that can stay right there. Stop that. Gives them card selection. It makes their Wild Growth Walker scarier. I missed a land. That's good for us. I'm actually going to go ahead and leave this on top, because I would like to have an untapped land next turn to play Cleansing Nova and not take damage. So if they have an Explorer creature here, we take 6. Alright, that bodes well for me. Drawing to 5. That can stay right on top. It's going to kill Thief of Sanity in an elegant manner. Goodbye, friends. Yeah, that's true. I guess saying they don't print good tutors anymore probably isn't fair, because we have had Traverse the Elvenwald and other reasonable things come out in recent time. I'm going to play this Doom Whisper. If they have 4th land Chupacabra or 4th land Vraska's Contempt, I get a little bit sad, but outside of those, playing the Doom Whisper out is pretty good value here, because it's just like good use of my resources for the turn. Wow, that's brutal. That's like, I guess they could have had like Cast Down too. Really good. Now the Thief of Sanity gets to hit me. I guess the Thief of Sanity hitting me here flips my Azcanta, so it's not all downside. Maybe I'm supposed to hold on to the Moment of Craving there since I'm playing Doom Whisper, because if they play another Harpooner here, I could Moment of Craving the Harpooner in response. Good morning, Tannen. Oh, it's my card frame. I made my card frame pink for today. What's different? How much does it cost to summon me? $10. Yes, Azcanta is great. I agree. Yeah, corporate America shield. I'm big on my chest to tell you about my free speech. That Jeff Hogland, he takes people's free speeches away. He's silencing the truth in his private social media spaces. Silencing the innocent. Darn you, Hogland, darn you. I think I just take this hit here and this Moment of Craving. I'd rather activate Azcanta this turn than cast Moment of Craving.
Hurry!
For reference, new people often come in and ask, like, why do people ask for complimentary timeouts on this channel? Folks like that, who are dead serious and how upset they are about how we moderate here, are why people ask for complimentary timeouts. It's to make fun of silly billies like that. Alright, so... This is a Disdainful Stroke matchup. Syncopate's kinda mediocre. Yeah, and trade the Syncopates for Disdainful Strokes here, I think. Call it a day. Syncopate's pretty mediocre against the Land War Elves deck. Oppress me, mods. I think 3 to 4 copies of Expansion Explosion might be too much. In what deck, Hider? I need context. Listen, Tianin. Listen, Tianin. Nobody's safe from the timeouts around here but me, okay? Raid the God, you've been permanently banned for using the word gay as an insult in your request, so that's not welcome here, and it shouldn't be something that you do anywhere. So, please don't do that. Thanks. I think this hand's probably good enough. Needs a land, but we've got a lot of cards that can help us find lands. Jeff's the Oprah of timeouts. Look, we time you out because we care, chat. We're givers, okay? No other channel on Twitch gives out as much free stuff as we do. Yeah, I don't know if they're actually gonna have Carnage Tyrants post board is the thing though. Like sometimes they have 1 or 2, but Carnage Tyrants become a lot less popular in the format as a whole. And like I have copies of Cleansing Nova, and most importantly, this deck has Doom Whisper just to block it.
Valen, how this thing goes is up to you, pal.
I feel like Ralph Wiggum. I won! I'm a winner! I'm not sure that we're going to be able to keep up with this Vivian read at this point. I'm a man of my word. When I say promises made, promises kept, I mean it. I don't chicken out, I owl out.
Come to me.
Or pink sweatsuit on stream. I have a pink morph suit in the mail. Does that count? Alright, so we Teferi, tuck her in, and then we have a Cleansing Nova for the board next turn. So maybe we have a shot. The problem is going to be overcoming the card advantage that they've amassed while these threats sat in play.
Only time will tell.
They're getting back to their Vivian next turn. If they have another counterspell here, we're certainly dead. Alright, well that worked. No, Connive is power 2 or less, not converted mana cost 2 or less. If we draw a land next turn, I can Azcanta plus Doom Whisper. I have 2 copies of Vraska's Contempt in my deck. Definitely looking for one of those.
Get that out of here.
Can a mod change? I Spasov. I'm gonna need to be careful when I click. I accidentally banned Spasov. I meant to time them out. The mod could fix that for me. I'd appreciate it. Land, please. Black land. Black land, please. 1 black source, please. I think we're dead. Yeah, I needed to be able to double spell to impact the board sooner. So like I got to double spell that turn with the Chemister's Insight, but the fact that like my second spell didn't impact the board means it's a little bit too far behind here. No, Jumpstart didn't get a new animation. Arena's been putting the wrong animations on things on occasion. It's fine. It's got plenty of lands in it. It's got a Cleansing Nova. It's got Discovery to get a little card selection. Yeah, Connive on Thief is A+ for sure. And ditch a 6 land for now. Take another Discovery. Doesn't look like we're going to have anything to do next turn, so probably just go tap land, second Discovery, get a little card selection going on. Put a mulligan pretty low here. Get our blue source down. Next turn we can Insight, ditch the Chromium or a land tier, depending on what we draw. No, I don't think Thief of Sanity is playable in Modern. Thief of Sanity is a slow, grindy card in a format that's fast and brutal. I think it leaves a bit to be desired. Would love it if they played another creature this turn. Teferi's down tick technically a timeout. It kind of is, isn't it? Let's do this. Sure.
You can't feast.
This deck probably wants another Vraska's Contempt in it. How do we feel about... Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. Then I can shock and play Search for Azcanta. Yeah, that's probably borderline. I was like thinking, do I want to like play Teferi, hold up Sabotage this turn, but Contempt plus Search seems better. So this game should be pretty over at this point. I get to Teferi. I get to plus. I get to Mortify the Thief of Sanity. And they can Contempt this, but I like still have active Azcanta going.
You can't have the last bag.
It wasn't the last bag when I brought it down here, okay? I don't know what the percentage at my name means. I'd encourage you to Google it. No, it's not top 1,000, because like 1,100 gets a number 2 now. That's smaller than my Doom Whisperer, so I think I just let it resolve. I think I just put this into play tapped and then passed for the turn, because I'd like to hold up Sinister Sabotage. Hey, what's going on, Sean? Yeah, there's no GP coverage this weekend, so I'm here doing the stream thing. Alright, so I think I'm going to go ahead and Contempt the Hydrate Braces here. This way I can play the Teferi and not have it die inside of combat. Yeah, you can find a build of Modern Burn on my website right now that has Light Up the Stage in it. You go to Modern Proven, you'll find a burn deck with Light Up the Stage. Can these go to whatever your preferred Aristocrats list is? Yeah, definitely, Risky Bug. Thanks for the biddies. I think I just do this. Just keep them out of my hand. Stay out of my business. Sure. Alright, we have a game here. Do I want to just Cleansing Nova this board? I think I want to just Cleansing Nova this board. Save the cast down for later.
No time for a break.
Disdainful Stroke's a good draw. I like this block from them. This attack says I'm about to Cleansing Nova, so that block seems like a real heads up play. Can I get a Teferi down tick, please? God bless. No, Light Up the Stage. Blue-red Delver in Modern, if you're just turning it into a full burn deck, you should just play Burn at that point. Which is fine, Burn's a really good deck, but like, Blue-red Delver in Modern is like a testament to we think being slightly interactive is better than being purely linear, and that's just not the case in Modern. Every time I play a deck that's trying to give up parts of being linear to be interactive in Modern, it just feels worse than being linear. Is Teferi played in Modern? Yeah, you see some play in Modern blue-white control. Rude. I'm not gonna jumpstart this back because I don't want to lose my Teferi here. There's no reason to not have a counterspell up this turn. He's going to 8. There's no reason to not keep him protected. Always use protection, chat. Keep your Teferis alive. Use protection. gosh, we're so smart and thin, chat. Just the smartest and the thinnest. This deck feels like Esper control that has cards that kill my opponent, which is kind of all I want in life. Is like that was my big beef with Esper control, was that it didn't have ways to close. So putting ways to close in the Esper deck seems really reasonable. Connive Concoct is pretty sweet too, because it's like a removal spell that like also takes their threats away. Doom Whisper feels pretty good. Is Syncopate better than just playing Thought Erasure? It probably isn't, right? Erasure's really good. I feel like I want another Contempt somewhere in the 75 too. These copies of History Banale are probably some hot nonsense. Let's put a couple of Lyra in the sideboard for the aggro matchup and put another Contempt in there as well. I think ideally I want to fit the full boat of Thought Erasure in here, but what does that mean I have to trim? Do I have room to fit the full boat? I don't know if I have room to fit the full boat in here. Kind of like the suite of stuff that we have. I'll put the fourth one in the sideboard. Over a Duress. Over a Duress. Now, I think you want 3 Cleansing Nova. You think you really want that card in some places. Trimming Doom Whisper for... You know, we actually haven't activated Doom Whisper yet. Maybe just playing Lyra in the main is correct. I could see that. Lyra's like really good. And Cry of the Conarium's a card like you really want to see when you board it in. Oh, I could trim a Chemister's Insight. That's true. I like that idea. Mostly watched your Modern Legacy Content, but saw you on for the resub. What's going on, Max? Yeah, I plan to keep doing some Moto for the foreseeable future. I'm doing a league every day for sure. Thanks for the 6 months. Welcome back. We played Black Green Rock this morning. It was pretty reasonable. Oh, Hostage Taker is a good card these decks have been playing in the sideboard. Let's get a couple of those in there. I need one more cut. Yeah, trimming down to 2 Duress seems fine. I agree. 6/6 discard spells seems like plenty. Marty updated the pink command. Did he make it say something relevant? No, I'm not really big on Singleton. Formats that come and go I'm just not a huge fan of. I'd much rather play formats we could like work on in Tune decks. Very sad that this hand doesn't have a second land in it. It'd be very good with one. It's possible that the 2 copies of Discovery are just too cheeky and they should just be like lands 25 and 26. This hand has a Scry on the draw. If we had a Black Source, we'll be off to the races. Thanks, Cades. Yeah, the ladder and the ability to like change decks in between matches on Arena is like super flexible and definitely great for showing like how to try and identify problems and then working to solve them. We don't always solve them successfully, but we do at least try. Need a black source ASAP. Nomad, thank you for the tier 1 resub. I appreciate that. Hail the pink frame. Thanks for the support. Remember, chat, we're going to keep the hair shades of neon as long as we stay above 4K points. I'm told it needs to be refreshed every 4 to 6 weeks. So, in about 4 weeks' time, if we're still near there, we'll refresh it. Land here's a great draw. I'm gonna go ahead and Thought Erasure this turn. Kind of poke through. Yikes! Looking for a land so we can Cleansing Nova next turn. Sub points. When I say subs, I meant sub points. So. Probably dead. It's worth noting here that if this was Kaya's Wrath, it would have been castable, right? So like those are things to think about. You can dip below in between. You can dip below in between. Difference between sub and sub points. Yeah, there's a command that explains the difference. That being said, like the Cleansing Nova destroying artifacts and enchantments has been relevant once today already, so like yeah, I think I would like to try just 26 lands before I swap these out for Kaya's Wrath. Of course we change the frame, Squid Squad. We don't do things, we don't half-arse things around here. We do full arse for things. We're all in on our commitments. I like them digging for a Thought Erasure here. Taking the sweeper out of my hand would be good. Alright. So you're saying there's a chance. Take a chance on me. Seraph is the card we don't want to see here. One Vraska's Contempt, please. Oh, that'll do, pig. That'll do. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep, little Seraph. Do 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 do.
Slow down.
You need to slow down.
We need to move quickly.
Oh, geez. So we're gonna hold on to this land for the time being in case. Oh wait, they don't have any more Bell Haunts, right? Never mind. They're out of Bell Haunts. Your move. This answers Seraph cleanly. Are we en route to stabilization? It feels like yikes. Yikes. Alright, exile my Teferi.
Really should have seen that coming.
They bumped Teferi back up to 4, chat. That was so nice of them.
Hold that thought.
Hold that thought. Ah, ha, 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 staying alive, staying alive. Ha, 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 staying alive. Can we pour one out for Cleansing Nova here? Can we pour one out for my boy Cleansing Nova and its hidden mode? We were just talking about Kaya's Wrath versus Cleansing Nova, right? Just talking about that. Do I concoct just for... Just to, like, try and hit a thing here? I think I do. It, like, also, like, makes my average card quality better here, too. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That one. That one right there. Mmm. Mmm. Delicious. Delicious. Do 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 pew 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 do do do. That's a good clean game of Magic the Gathering, chat. That was an excellent. I'm not dead yet. We pushed it through. Hey, CK Lau, thanks for shipping your Prime this way again. I appreciate it. Welcome back. All right, so what I want to do is this a Cry of the Connive matchup? Does this feel like a Cry matchup? It feels like it's probably a Cry. It kills Hero and it kills Thief of Sanity. It cleans up the tokens. It doesn't kill Deputy of Detention though. Yeah, this is a Hostage Taker matchup. I've got 2 of those. What do I want to cut here? Is this not a Sabotage matchup? This might just be like an all Doomblades on deck matchup. Do I not want these maybe? I think these are probably enough as far as threats go. I'm gonna trim a Sabotage. Give this a go. I don't think you want to Cry. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it might make sense with 2 extra Teferis in hand. It might. Someone else asked that earlier and I didn't get to it. It might have been right to play the other Teferi out. I agree. This hand's a little bit slow, but I think it's fine. Hopefully we draw a second white in our lands. I don't expect my opponent to have that much removal in against me post board. Caesar, thanks for the Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks this way this month. Opponent mulligan exceedingly low. Oh, I love kicking them while they're down. You mulligan to 4. What if I take your best spell away? They left Hero in. Okay, that's interesting. Teferi can stay. The old Scry top 2 strong. Ashner, thanks for the brand new Prime support. Welcome. Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks this way this month. How we doing, folks? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody wherever you're out in the world. Thanks for dropping in here today. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream full-time here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30, 40, 50 hours a week. If you are someone who enjoys standard best of 3 constructed, this is definitely the channel for you. This wonderful Esper Reanimator deck, like most of the decks we play here, is a viewer-submitted deck list. If you're interested in getting your deck played on stream at some point in the future, be sure to check out bit.ly/ShugalSellout. As always, a shout out to all of my wonderful subscribers. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their wonderful support. They are quite literally the folks that keep me employed. Past that, I'd like to give a quick mention to some of my wonderful sponsors. Quip provides wonderful quality, affordable electric toothbrushes. And if you check them out at bit.ly/HugelQuip, you can get your first refill kit with them. That includes a new brush head, toothpaste, and battery for free. If you check out using your Twitch account, you can also bump a deck in my queue for free when you pick up a brush for them. Hey, Ziggles, thanks for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Hurley Burley Studio does professional Magic the Gathering altars. They do border extensions like my beautiful basic lands that I have here. They also do full art replacements. And if you head on over to hurleyburleystudio.com, you can find a wonderful portfolio of all of her previous work there. Cardfear.com will love to help you turn your cards into other cards directly to other players. There's no haggling, and they just take a 1% fee off the top. And of course, InkedGaming.com will love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, and bags with them. You can upload your own custom artwork or choose from the wide range of custom artwork that they have on their website. All right, let's head on in to our next match here with our Esper Reanimator deck. Is that a filter or actual pink? That's actual pink. No, this is not Instagram. That is actual factual pink on my hair and beard. You know, if Hurley ships to Europe, I'm not sure if she does international. I would drop her a message and find out, Slacker. It seems fine. It needs some more lands in it, but these discoveries should help us dig to some lands. Pink hair shill, almost as good as ASMR. God bless. Jake was really into the pink. Pink's one of his favorite colors. And Declan was like, your brown hair went away, Dad. Confusion works with Hurley, and there's an answer for international. They do international. All right, just want to hit 5 lands on curve for this Cleansing Nova. And I think I'm actually keeping both of these here. I'm pretty happy to, like, play a tapped land next turn and then Discovery again. And the cast down can help us, like, stunt the growth of a really aggressive play. Although maybe I should ditch the cast down and dig aggressively for a Vivian Reed answer. That's, like, the one card I'm really afraid of at this point. Wild Growth Walker, especially without anything to follow it up here, doesn't seem too scary. Huh. So do I kill one of these at this point, or do I just Discovery? Do I kick them while they're down? I think I kick them while they're down. So we're getting attacked for 3 this turn, and I'm getting attacked for 6 to 7 next turn, which should be fine because I'm going to Discovery and get my Cleansing Nova set up. Again, the card I'm really worried about is Vivian Reed, but if they don't have that, we're going to end up in a very good spot here. I do think, even though I'm scared of Vivian, I need to go ahead and do this, so that way I can hit my land drop guaranteed for next turn. I could cast down this elf to guarantee they don't play Vivian this turn, but I think I'm going to be a little bit greedy and just hope they don't have it. I'm very proud to be a part of why this happened to you. What's going on, Dr. Leppy? Thanks for being here and keeping me around. All right, so we're taking 8, 9 on this combat step. We're going to go land Cleansing Nova, and then the Discovery there, if you noticed, actually binned a Chromium. So we could concoct a Chromium into play next turn, which is potentially very good. I think I'm going to go ahead and concoct Chromium into play. I think I'm actually in for both of these. I think I'm in for both of these. Pro tip. Chromium's really bad at blocking. If I block with Chromium and they play a removal spell, this will turn into a 1/1 if I protect it and then die to the Chupacabra. So not interested in that. So, like, now, they could shoot Chromium, but all that really accomplishes is making me discard a card from my hand.
My newest friend.
And, like, now, with this Lyra, they have to have another removal spell immediately, basically, or I stabilize my health total here as well. The suggestion of Lyra in the main board was very good. This definitely feels better than having another Doom Whisperer here. And even if they kill this, I, like, have Cast Down, Sabotage, and Contempt, which probably means Chromium wins the race. Yep. You know, I wonder if I'm supposed to play out Doom Whisperer first to bait the removal spell. I think there's a good chance they probably would have spent a removal spell on Doom Whisperer. Yeah, I think I missequenced there. Yeah, I think I played my 5 mana threats in the wrong order because of how low my health total is. Get rid of this. So we're kind of ahead at the moment, but they are playing this Crisis out next turn to draw 2 to 3, so maybe they can get back in. I have Contempt plus Sabotage. I'm holding this land in my hand to save Chromium in case they draw a removal spell. The fact that they didn't hit a land this turn is good because it means they only draw 2 with the Crisis. I think I'm just going to go ahead and Contempt the Crisis. Do I draw for the turn? No, I'm going to go ahead and just Contempt this now, I think. Alright, that should lock things up for us. Teferi closes off a lot of their outs here. I don't really care about that, right?
I've lost so much already. I won't lose more. The wild.
I guess this makes me take one more turn to do this, but I think I'd rather just save this for things that are more meaningful. Hey, Big Zwine, thanks for the 17 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back.
Let's skip to the good part.
I
wonder if they can get me to a point where I have to Cleansing Nova.
Defeat is a new beginning.
Search. Cleansing Novaing on this board, isn't that big of a deal, because I do have the Teferi. It's interesting that they're attacking the Teferi instead of attacking me, because, I'm at 5, right? So, if you could deal 6 to the Teferi, you could probably have dealt 5 to me. Yeah, maybe it's better to just kill the... Nah, I don't know. The problem with not attacking the Vivian is they have Wild Growth Walker, so, they can dig to explore creatures, and, the clock is then different. And I don't think I want to burn this countering an explore creature. I'm super far ahead at the moment. Deal. So we do this, we draw a card, we say bye friends. They're gonna go ahead and play a Crisis next turn out, because they're gonna crack this Memorial to Folly.
Keep up the pace.
Perfect. So let's do this and kill all the creatures. And then I can activate Azcanta plus still hold up Sabotage this turn by playing the land out. And then next turn after I'm not playing the Eldest Reborn out proactively here because I'm expecting them to put a giant Crisis into play next turn. So will Eldest Reborn away the Crisis? And Teferi sticking up. So it kind of feels like they have a chance, but I think this game's pretty over and it's been over for a little bit. Hey, Be Rich, thanks for the 17 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I think I'm just on the Esper control them out of the game at this point.
We need to move quickly.
Thanks, Becker Painting. They understand the jig is up. Is it not better to sabotage the creases to use efficient mana? No, the point of the game where I'm at isn't about mana efficiency. It's about using my cards in a way that gives me the best chance to, like, not die. Probably a Hostage Taker matchup. I think this is not a Doom Whisperer matchup. I think this is not a Primal Tide matchup. I think I want this just about... The Doom Whisperer is probably fine, actually. They had a Carnage Tyrant in their main deck, and this trades with that. Carnage Tyrant could be a reason to keep Primal Tide in. This card just, like, doesn't attack very efficiently in this matchup just because they have so many blockers. I actually am not a fan of Eldest Reborn in this matchup just because they have so many poopy creatures on average that get in the way of it. I want to trim. I'm going to trim 2 Sabotage. Then bringing in 2 Disdainful Stroke. I don't want too many cards that are clunky that get caught in my hand, I don't think. The Moment of Craving is the card I trim. You're a fan of Consume? Yeah, I guess Consume is okay. I don't know, it's a little expensive. Buffering our health total is not bad, though. I don't know that I like Consume more than any other cards that I have. And, like, if you look at my curve's already a little chunky. I think I'd rather have, like, Hostage Taker than Consume. Especially in the face of their creases. This seems fine. Yeah, but we have like creatures that can block their Carnage Tyrant. We have Cleansing Nova to kill the Carnage Tyrant. Like, I get it, Carnage Tyrant's kind of scary, but they don't always have a ton of them. Yeah, we're gonna have a pink hair and beard emote at some point. I need to get a high quality photo taken. So we can turn it into one. I think because I don't have a sweeper in my hand right now, I'm just gonna use my mana this turn and go ahead and cast this down, just like keep my health total high. If I had a sweeper I was working towards, like, I just take hits and, like, generate card advantage by, like, getting a 2-for-1 with the sweeper. But because there's no sweeper in sight, I'm going to go ahead and use my cast down here. This is what capitalism looks like. Let's go ahead and add Deadpool. All right, they ditched a Thief of Sanity there, which says to me they were digging for land drops. Yeah, I agree. The suggestion of the ladies at the salon to, like, do the beard a slightly different color than the hair was A+. The back of my head, they blended the purple from the beard into the bottom too. And the whole package is just quite wonderful. Oh, this is sweet. I think Connive is just probably a standard playable card. Yoink. There's so many good yoink cards in this. So many good yoink cards in this format.
Let's tear this place. Sometimes restoration means retribution.
Alright, so I think we just Lyra at this point. And then next turn, if they kill Lyra, we can, even if they don't kill Lyra, we can Hostage Taker, grab their Jade Light, play their Jade Light Ranger.
No one knows the wilds like I do.
Thieving the Thief. Alright, do you have a Chupacabra? Contempt plus the 2-drop. They shocked in. They could have like a Disdainful Stroke here. Hopefully it's just a negate. I guess getting Disdainful Stroke on that instead of Teferi is kind of a win. That's unfortunate. It's a good draw. Probably going to have to Mortify the Jade Light Ranger. It felt like we were ahead here for a hot second, and things kind of... The Vivian into the Stroke into the Duress. We needed one of those to not happen. Good. The top of our deck slide, we could still be in this game, but we're definitely behind at the moment. Chemister's just going to let us see some more cards. We'll turn one of these lands into something useful. Thanks, Ziggy. We embrace the memes around here. It's not a half meme channel, it's a full meme channel. That's a Carnage Tyrant. Yep, probably dead. Got one more shot at a Nova.
Come to me.
There's Memorial to Folly in play here too, so probably dead to this Carney team. His Shock Krasis for 6. I do want Consume. I don't know if we drew. Hostage Taker would have been better than Consume was there. I'm just gonna go ahead and run it back. I think I'm happy with how I'm sideboarded. I added a command for when people come in and ask what my wife thinks, so we can reference that. And bottom that. Definitely just need our lands on time here. Why is your hair like that? It's my job. Yeah, it was funny. One of the... Someone had come into the salon later, like we were halfway through the process. They were like, "You're lucky you have a job that lets you have weird color hair." And I was like, "No, this is for work. We're here because of the job. It doesn't just let me have it, it pays for me to have it." Rod, thanks for the 5-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. So shipping your Bezo bucks back this way again. We actually did bleach the beard. The beard's a different color dye. My beard's a different color naturally than the top of my head. They didn't think the pink we used on my head was gonna look good on my beard. So as with all things, I deferred to the experts. I think it came out well. It doesn't, the lighting in here is kind of, I need to get better lighting for this room. My lack of front lighting makes the beard not pop as much. There's a good picture of the beard on Twitter. Alright, so Teferi's going away. That actually sounds great. Alright, what you working with? Wow, that's a lot of scary. Yikes. Ooh. Alright, well, I guess we'll take that one. We'll bin that, and, their hand is very good. I went and played this cast down here, so that way my search for Azcanta can flip regardless what's on top of my deck, because I really want to get this flipped over next turn. It's worth noting that if this was a consume, I'd be in a better spot against the Carnage Tyrant in their hand, right? So things worth thinking about. That playing the Krasis here is really aggressive in the face of my... hostage taker. Perfect. We didn't have it. So, like, this Thief gets to hit me next turn, but, like, the Krasis drew me 2 cards. I feel like we're at a pretty good spot here. If they have a way to shoot the Krasis, I feel a little bit bad, but other than that, this seems fine for us. They playing Carnage Tyrant? Please play Carnage Tyrant. Please play Carnage Tyrant. Big Krasis, sure. Alright, so... Huh. I don't think I want to Nova this turn. I think I'm just land passing. I can Azcanta plus Insight. I kind of have the board in check right now with the Mortify. I basically want to save the Nova for their Carnage Tyrant. If they attack for 5, I'm going to take the hit here so I can activate Azcanta, because I'm still at 16, so that's using my health total as plenty as a resource. If they attack with both Thieves, I'm going to block one and Mortify the other. So, mortifying the other Thief is valuable, because it does mean that they don't get to draw a card off the top of my deck, so I'm denying them a card here, which I think is reasonable. Yeah, definitely. Opponent's got a lot of gas, but so do we. Alright, Lyra's a decent pickup here. Demands like another Vivian or a removal spell. Contempt like feels bad, but it's not the end of the world. Definitely better than Vivian would be for us here. Close game. The fact that we're going to 6 on this attack is like a big deal, as opposed to going to 5. That means we have an extra turn here. They have another threat to play out. If they have another creature to play out, it messes up the race here a little bit for us. Yeah, playing the Lyra did mean I couldn't search that turn, which feels a little bad. So probably going to 1 on this next attack. Again, just like the health total's a resource, it's not a scoreboard. Want to hold up the Sinister Sabotage this turn. If they don't give us something to sabotage, we'll probably Azcanta during the end step. Hopefully find a removal spell to take the Crisis out. Like, we're going to 1 this turn, but they're going to 1 next turn. Sultai doesn't have any what we refer to as reach in their deck. There's no lightning strikes. There's no spectacle skewers, whatever, whatnot. HDNF, thanks for the 2-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Okay, so I'm going to take Teferi. I'm going to sabotage this Crisis. I'm going to play my Teferi next turn and tuck this other Crisis. Yeah, no haste threats either to worry about, which is also a big deal. Alright, so if I play this out, I can play Teferi and still activate Azcanta this turn, which is awesome. This is our last match with this deck. We're currently in game 3. I'm playing this one for a little bit.
I'm not ready for this quite yet.
Alright, so now they're going to be dead on board. These games have been, like, really good examples of how to use your health total as a resource, it feels like. And before Golgari Raiders. If they had Golgari Raiders, I'm dead to Golgari Raiders. Hey, Goulash, thanks for the bits. I appreciate it. Let's just say Ga. Thanks for the bits, Ga. So, like, they need to beat the Teferi, they need to beat the Azcanta, they need to beat the creatures on board.
I suppose that's how it was meant to happen.
Okay, if they have another removal spell or a blocker here, they're not quite dead. Alright, they're dead to a removal spell. And we've got, what, 9 looks to find a removal spell, 2 Azcanta activations, plus the draw step. Sweet. Hostage Shaker really showing its power level out of the sideboard here. Huh. So I kinda dig where we ended up at. I haven't been a huge fan of Esper control in this format in general, and this deck was... It's kind of like Esper control with ways to kill him. And that's like been my one big problem with Esper versus Jeskai is a lot of these Esperless people are playing just don't have any threats in them. One of the things I always like to take away when we're playing new cards is talk about the power level of those cards. Connive Concoct was really impressive. There's a lot of good 2-power creatures in this format. So like the fact that like both halves of this card were relevant came up at different points through the matches that we played. Like, I could see this card being reasonable in other shells for sure. All right, what are we doing? Speaking of Jeskai versus Esper control, we're gonna play some Jeskai control next. That feature a little Niv Mizzet. Hey, do awful lol. Thanks for the biddies. Promises made, promises kept. I don't make agreements and then not keep them. We said we were gonna pink, so we pinked. We hit the goal. Hey, Zeramos, thanks for 29 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Let's get the stream decker updated here and we'll dive in.